Yeah, really? Wow.
Yeah, we got
Party in the house.
Can you guys take questions from those guys or?
Absolutely. The
They're
large interactive experience.
They are encouraged. They just go, are we live? Oh, we are live.
We are live.
Pause button there so I don't see myself. I got Brick Revolutions. Avatar. Perfect. What is going on, everybody? Hauling and Balling, episode number 206. This has been 206 episodes in the making. We are honored. There we go. I was going to say, we're honored to have the man, the myth, the legend himself, Joe from Citizen Brick, with us today.
Hey, guys.
As our special guest. I usually run down the people in the chat, but we have so many awesome people here today. I know Skeet Brock's a new one. Jay Brick's 27's here. I know Mr. Brick is here. I know Joe knows these guys personally. Parker, is that from Parker Crex? Is that from Brick Loot?
Yeah, Parker's local guy.
Oh, all right, cool. All right, Parker, welcome to the stream, man. That's awesome. Glad to have you here, man. That's perfect. And anybody else, Dragon Knight is here. We got a lot of people, and again, usually I'll run it down, but there's so many people here. Billy Moore is here. You know Billy Moore?
Billy.
Yeah, Billy Moore. So Joe brought the people in. We appreciate everybody. We even appreciate that one dislike we got. We're looking to crush the like record on this stream, guys. Of 82 likes. So.
Oh, I want to know who the dislike guy.
I wish it could.
It's our upstairs neighbor.
I would love to see it too. That would be, yeah. Yeah, Parker says, hey, Joe. Parker says, hey. Fergus Ponds, yeah, Little Bricks. We got a lot of new people.
I know that guy. I always kind of say, like, all right, I know that guy from Brick Cascade. Like, I know geographically where everybody lives. Plus, he's the only Fergus I'm ever going to meet, probably.
The only Fergus I know now, too. So.
There he is.
The true.
He's here.
Although he's wearing our swag, so we'll give you a pass on that one. So.
Of course. What do you think? I'll make it look good.
What?
Making it look good.
Okay, well, he's gone already. So.
All right, so if anybody in the chat has any questions throughout the night, just pop them in there. We'll try to get them on. Yeah. So ask away.
You guys know we're open forum here. Joe's, again, been gracious enough to come into the chat for the HQ for the whole hour. So we got him for an hour, and you guys got any questions? We will be doing. I do have something I'm pulling out of my personal stash, my CB stash, that we'll be giving away tonight. So we got that going, and we do have another giveaway to do too for our guest poo. So that will be given away too. We'll get that going too. So we got a couple giveaways tonight. And again, if you guys have any questions for Joe, man himself.
Start with who the hell do you think you are? That's the first question for me.
Yes, actually, that was from Brooklyn Bricks. Yes, thank you, Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, a.k.a. Boris, in the chat. First question says, who from the CB crew will be at BBTB? I don't even know what BBT is.
Bricks by the Bay.
Bricks by the Bay.
I got to fly out on Thursday or Friday morning. I can't remember. It's going to be me and the illustrious Ashley Zenner, who's my right-hand gal, who has come with me on a lot. Most of you guys have met Ashley. She's kind of the wind beneath my wings. And she's going to come out to California and give me a hand. Sure.
Nice. Yeah. And for anybody in the chat who doesn't know, you probably do know, but Citizen Brick does have a YouTube channel, Citizen Brick TV. So go check that out. Let's put that in the chat. Also, they are on Reddit as a subreddit. So if you're on Reddit, go join that. And, of course, Instagram is the main catalyst, probably. Reddit/Citizen Brick. That's their Reddit.
Jimmy Polis says, haven't seen anyone wear a Cubs jersey that well since Montgomery Brewster. Thank you very much, Jimmy Polis. I appreciate that.
Who'd you steal that from?
I actually had this. This was only worn one other time. Road trip, me and my buddies to Pittsburgh to see the Cubs play the Pirates. And we did 2 games, and I don't remember any of the games because I was annihilated. So
our shop is within walking distance of Wrigley Field, which is
nice. That was always a trip I always wanted to go to, just to see Wrigley.
It's great. It's one of I don't think there's too many baseball stadiums that are like a city block or just like on a block in the middle of the city. You know what I mean? You cross the street and you're like how do I describe it? Most other baseball stadiums have like a lot of land around them. This is just like there's just bars and convenience stores, and then there's a baseball stadium, and then there's another bar. You know,
right? All right, we definitely got some. We're gonna have to rapid fire these questions because I knew that.
You're getting filled up.
Yeah.
When is the next drop of Enthusiast figs? I see on your website there is a grilling enthusiast free with $50 purchase right now.
Yeah, that's going on right now. I don't know how many we got left. I got to do a head count tomorrow. I think there's probably 40 or 50 of them left. Last time I checked.
There it is. Make sure you get it.
Yeah. So I mean, other than that, our regular enthusiast guys, I drew 4 of them this weekend since I had a long weekend. So I would say there could be a new Citizen Brick released every week. We try to not fatigue everybody. I know that I don't want anybody to miss anything, so I don't want to outpace anybody. But we're hitting our stride. We're making so much stuff this year because we got a really good crew of people kind of keeping it all, everybody doing their job really well.
Cool.
So we have new stuff coming out as early as 2 weeks from now, I would say. Definitely have new stuff from Virginia when we go to Virginia.
Exclusive Bricks by the Bay figure.
Oh, yeah? Okay. Oh,
will there be one?
There'll be some new product. There won't be a kind of like event-specific figure like we did with Philly and Chicago. There's just not enough time. If we just did those, we wouldn't get anything else done. It would just be like a road show that only makes those things. But
that is a good point. That is a good point. Do you guys post your convention appearances?
What's that?
Do you guys post your convention appearances on like your the website or anything?
Well, it's funny because like a lot of them aren't really solid until pretty close to them. We usually always give a heads up the week before. Like we're definitely going to Bricks by the Bay this weekend, and then we're going to Brick Fair, Virginia right after that. I think we're doing BrickCon. That's another big one. That's one of my favorite ones. I'm doing Brick Fair, New Jersey is a new one this year. And then we always do a Christmas, like a local Christmas show here in Wheaton, Illinois, in December. And that's about it. And then we go all over again. We start up in Bricks LA in January. Again, it just goes, it's usually something once a month. Like
I heard Wheaton is beautiful in December. That's just what I heard.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's 10 minutes from my house, so it's it's one of my favorite shows. I get to sleep in my own bed. But
nice.
We get a good crowd out there. It's the Northern Illinois Train Club guys. A shout out to those guys. They're super nice to us for years, and always have us at that show, which is cool. It's like our company Christmas party.
The most difficult figure for CB to print or design. That's from Parker. I'm probably like 40 questions back here. But
Sorry, guys. I'll try to keep my answers.
No, it's all good. No, this is perfect. I'm trying to keep them in line, but I know there's probably a ton that I missed already.
There's different ones that are difficult to print for like technical reasons, like because they have printing on 360 around the head or in the elbows, or Other than that, it's just how long it takes me to draw stuff. Like the reason we haven't had a tattoo figure in a while is because to sit down and draw like a full tattoo suit, full body suit of tattoos would probably be faster for me to draw one for a human being, So I would say the really full coverage ones like that, like the tattoo guy maybe.
Cool. All right, let's see. If we didn't answer your question, if you can ask it again, that would be fantastic. Minifig Dreams, what's going on, brother? How you doing? Minifig Dreams is here. So there's going to be some big ballers at Bricks by the Bay. Can you make sure to bring those really good stash boxes?
I'm trying, man. You guys are like wiping us out. I've pulled out. I got to stop and make more stuff, So I'll bring everything we got for sure, but it's going to go fast, I think.
All right, here's one. How long did it take you to get to the point where you jumped into pad printing? That's from Brady.
That's a good question. I'm like a printer by trade. I started screen printing stuff when I was like 13. I was a kid making my own T-shirts for like punk bands and stuff like that. So I come from that. I went to art school. I learned printmaking, and have been doing that professionally up until 2010. I was teaching it in college, and then I started watching a YouTube video of them printing Stormtrooper helmets in the Lego factory, and I kind of paused it, and I was like, what the hell is that machine? Like, I don't recognize, I have a master's degree in printmaking. I should know what this is. And when I figured out it was pad printing, I was like, oh, man, I got to try and get into this. And it took me like a year and a half to really come up with a decent prototype, good printed piece. So, to answer that question?
Yeah, that's awesome. Yep. Very good, very good. So I can go back here a little bit. Let's see here. How many? Go ahead. You got one.
I think that's from Little Bricks. How do you guys cope with space problems in an increasing Lego collection?
Well, I don't have a tremendously huge Lego collection. I was showing Jim around my basement before. I got a modest collection of sets, but the Citizen Brick stuff, everything's got to go. And all those guys who've been to our shop know that if it's not nailed down, it's up for sale. So we're always trying to make more room. So nothing really stays long.
Brooklyn, I told Brooklyn I would ask you this question. Is there any more sets in the future?
Yeah, there is. We never really set out to do what like Brickmania does, where they have these giant 700-piece sets. It's just not we're not tooled up for that. We're good with minifigs and little parts. So when we do a set like the Center for the Performing Arts or the Super Lab, we have to kind of like modify the whole shop. Any of you guys ever kind of collated sets knows it's a huge process. But that being said, we have one major one that we're trying to get out for Christmas. I probably said that a year ago too, but this is the Christmas I'm trying to get it done. I finally got all the parts I need for it, so I got something big on the horizon.
Cool, awesome, good to hear. Let's see, what do we got here? Sets. Okay, what percentage of your business is client projects versus direct sales? Oh, that's a good one. That's J Bricks 27.
The client, like the corporate stuff that we do, it's kind of less sexy stuff, but probably about 35%. It's steady though, and that 35% pays for all the goofy R&D we can do for other stuff. So it's kind of a necessary evil, but sometimes it's awesome. Sometimes you get like a big client, like, I think we did a lot of stuff for Google, and inside Google, the guy that hooked us up at Google is like an AFOL. I can't remember their name. I know that I'd shout them out, but they tend to put us in touch with clients who say, "Oh, just do whatever you want." Those of you guys who saw the AANS, the neurological figure that we did,
saw that. Yeah.
It's the perfect client, right? Like they let you do whatever you want. So we made a super weird guy with like a human nervous system with a bowler hat and a scalpel.
That was awesome. That was a good fig. Definitely a good
cool
client. New Stud Club prizes coming soon.
Yeah, all the time. One of my favorite things is getting to make swag like that. And it's just a matter of trying to make cool new stuff. So, yeah, new stuff all the time. I'm working on it now.
Billy Moore, will you event recap? Will the event recap you did for Brick Roll Chicago be on your? Will it happen for any other upcoming events? Will you do recaps for any other upcoming events? Or?
I don't know. We did that one for Chicago because we had John, our photographer / video guy. He was in the area. He came out. It was a short drive for him, but if it was just Ashley and I don't think we could do anything that sophisticated with it. Maybe we could do it on our phones. We will. I'm glad you guys like that. I thought that was pretty cool.
Cool. Awesome. Let's see. Any New York doubleheaders like the Chicago ones?
Like a Mets Yankees one. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something. I mean, when we have the lead time to do it, I definitely do it. I like the idea of doing a show exclusive. We did it for Philly for that first time, and man, did I underestimate how you guys felt about that really hockey figure, man. I should have brought 1,000 of those.
Yeah, I got my gritty right over here. Yeah.
Will we ever see a McLovin figure?
A McLovin.
I don't know. This is a little insight into our process, right? Like, you don't want to do McLovin without doing the other two characters in that movie, right? Otherwise, it doesn't make much sense. And then you got to ask, like, is anyone going to pay $45 to have a super bad Lego set?
Yeah, that movie's like 10 years old at this point.
Well, that being besides the point, everything I like is like super old. That's what I've been learning. But even if you get 100 people to buy it or swear on a Bible that, I'll definitely buy that if you make it, that might not be enough to make it cost effective to make it. Some of those ideas really got to gain a lot of momentum to get off the wall.
Would you ever do like a crowdfunding type of thing, kind of like how like Bricklink just did with their AFOL thing, like the kind of like a pre-order?
I don't like asking people for money. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I could, and it's nothing. I'm not too good for that. I know crowdfunding works, and it's. I mean, shit, that's what Lego does for the ideas, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like they make sure they can get 10,000 people on board before they make a move on it. That's a smart idea, but I don't. I want, if our ideas kind of crap out and fall flat, I want it to be on my dime. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you don't want to like post a bunch of designs and someone else
Yeah.
them up, you know?
Yeah, it just kind of feels like, you know, are we doing this or are we not doing this? I don't want to make it a problem, you know?
Yeah, Skeet's holding out for an exclusive Joe Ashley and Rob Stud Club Redemption figure pack. So that
feels like a punishment rather than a prize, right? I don't know. Next year is our 10-year anniversary, and I told Ashley that I swore we would make at least a Joe and Ashley 2-pack or something and see if anybody wants it. And
you definitely have some people.
I don't know if anyone would want that. I think it would be doing some really crude animations with it. But
Alex Bricks wants to know, what is your favorite minifigure you've ever made?
oh man, it changes all the time. There's ones I liked for like the technical backflip that we were able to do, like the one that we did for A24 Films for the movie. Somebody help me out, Parker. I know you know this one. Which ones did we do? This is where all the solvent exposure kicks in, and I can't remember all the things we did. Ex Machina. We did Ex Machina. If you guys remember that movie, there was the girl who was a robot. We printed with like a printed like turquoise cables, and then we printed silver mesh over it. So when you tip it in the light, it kind of caught the light really cool. Looked kind of 3D. I was real proud of that one. The UV figure we did, we printed the skeleton on.
I gotta find mine. Mine is somewhere.
I love that. Was another one I'm super fond of.
Yeah, that one's a great one. Yeah, 3 better set Ex Machina. There it is. Yeah,
Yeah, the ones that we did, like thematically, my favorite, or like the ones that are really my favorite movies, like the Planet of the Apes or Apocalypse Now styled ones. I like those a lot, just because.
Yeah, Planet of the Apes ones were sweet. Those were great.
It's ridiculous to make an Apocalypse Now. Like, it's just ridiculous. So I like that.
All right, guys, we got 27 likes. We got CB in the HQ for another 40 minutes plus, probably. We got to get at least up to 40 likes. You got to get at least up to 40 likes. And we are going to find out who that dislike person is.
That's right.
Find out.
Brickley wants to know, are you going to do any other Detroit clown faces so we can have both members of ICP?
I would, and it's not all the clowns that we've done. It's kind of an inside joke at the shop because all the clown stuff is profoundly unpopular. Like, they just don't sell well. People hate clowns generally. People hate ICP. I don't know, but
yeah, I don't like clowns. I hate clowns.
If we had 500 of them, we probably would have 460 of them a month later. Like, nobody digs them, but they're fun to draw. So we'll probably always. So the answer is probably yes.
Probably yes. Love it. Ever thought about doing a subscription service, like for $29.95 a month, we get random stuff?
Yeah, we kick around the idea a lot of doing like a figure of the month kind of. And I think until we can kind of tool up and get, here's a little exclusive info. I think we're gonna bring on another printer. We have 3 presses now. We're gonna try and do 4 in the next year. So we have another person printing for us full time. Then we have capacity to do, 1 tricked out figure a month for you guys. I'd love to. I think it's right now I'm the only guy who does all the drawing, so it really comes down to what I can pull out.
He is Mr. CD. Without Joe, there would be no face.
Well, I wish, part of that's just the control freakiness of me. Like, I like to do all the drawing, but I don't know. You gotta find a good apprentice, I guess. Somebody to draw.
Dreams is looking for a Fresh Prince and Carlton 2-pack, so that put that on the board there.
We had we have a couple of like doomsday plans, like if the company ever faced an extinction event or like Lego surrounded the building. We have some plans that we would do, and one of them is like a two pack that was the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and Gigi Allen. For no reason, just and like not explain why they're like shackled together for some reason, and just let people figure it out. So we might still do it. If we start doing that, then you'll know that there's something really, we're in trouble. There's some real crisis with the company.
So if we start seeing just random 2-packs on the website that we know.
Yeah, then you'll know that it's like a cry for help.
All right, Skeet wants to be your apprentice. I think you got an apprentice in Skeet, so he's signing up.
The hazing process is brutal. I think I should have mentioned that too. There's you gotta get jumped into the gang.
Oh, so there you go.
Hoosier wants some WWE figs.
I'd love to do more sports stuff, but it's super dodgy, you know. Like,
Yeah.
Part of that is just like I wish we could get the big figs. Like, I'd give anything for blank big figs. You know,
big figs would be sweet.
Oh, I would just go to town on them. You know.
This is a good question from RKM. Does Lego ever come after you?
No, we did something. I could pat myself on the back. We did something kind of proactive early on when we met Lego guys at the shows. We just said like, all right, what do you not want us to do? Like, how do we stay out of your way so that you don't, we don't piss you off? And they said, don't make any Star Wars stuff. Don't make any Marvel stuff. Don't make anything that we have licenses with. Mm-hmm. And so, well, that's great. Because, I mean, no disrespect to anybody who's doing that stuff. But it's not, to me, if like Stan Lee drew it already, I'm not going to do it better. So I don't, we don't do the Marvel stuff. But, Lego's doing it to death. I don't think the world needs my version of a Spider-Man out there. So we just decided we're going to do stuff as far away from what Lego will do, and then they have, thankfully, knock on wood, left us alone since then.
Brooklyn wants to know, how do I sign up for a CBHQ tour?
It's easy. Just let me know when you're in town. Just email us, and we have a little calendar going. If we're in town and we can do it, as long as we're not doing anything super duper top secret. I like showing people around. It's kind of becoming one of my favorite things is giving tours and let people kind of shop at the source.
I'm guaranteeing you, Brooklyn did not think the answer was going to be that.
He's driving right now.
We'll give it the heads up, right?
No, he's checking flights. How come much they cost?
If keep it to ideal customer keeps it to like 90 minutes.
If your doorbell rings right now,
he's standing outside.
Answer it. It could be Brooklyn. It could be Brooklyn.
Are you guys still doing hits?
We should probably start having rules about like if you want to come to the CD shop, bring cash, bring your local snacks, wherever you're from, bring your local delicacies.
There you go.
Keep it to an hour.
Oh man! All right, so that is good. He's outside in the driveway.
I'm guessing no photography on the tour.
We usually try to point out like, hey, don't take a picture of that because that's top secret.
Gotcha.
Was there like a point where you kind of just had like, this is kind of something I was thinking, like you said, oh man, I can really turn this into something. Like when you started out, like was there like a certain fig that pushed the barrier or?
No, when I started doing this, like it was like a big art project. I didn't know that there was a whole community. I didn't know that there was conventions. I really didn't know that custom Lego was a thing. And it was, thankfully, I got in. I would never say I was like the first guy because I'm not, but I was in pretty early on. I think we were the first guys to do printing on Lego. I think before us, it was mostly decal stuff. Certainly the first ones, I think, doing pad printing on Lego. But I came at this kind of not knowing the landscape around it. And then when I got into it, I said, I wonder if anybody's interested. And that's when I realized that Brick World Chicago was right near me. And once I went to that, I was like, holy crap, there's a whole world of this stuff. There's really, I came into the community through the side door, for sure. But I don't know. I don't know if
It just kind of kept going and going. You're like, all right, cool.
yeah, I mean, I was doing it, and then I hired Ashley pretty early on, and then we had a proper shop, and it was still my side gig because I was still teaching college. And then I think at a certain point I realized that Citizen Brick was taking up more time and was paying me better than college teaching was. I said, I'm just gonna make the leap and just only do this, and we'll see what happens. That was like 4 years ago.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody asked this question, but where does the name Citizen Brick come from?
I had when I was in a former life, had a little business that was like postcard printing business that was called Citizen Print. So I had a Citizen kind of kicking around. And then other than that, I was just taking a survey of all the brick theme names in the community.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, most of them are brick this, brick that. I think I'll just flip it around and do something brick. It wasn't brilliant, but it was just, we'll just do it the other way around. But no.
All right.
It was anonymous.
What gave you the idea of doing a Hall of Fame for some of your customers?
Oh my God, that was easy. That was like some of the people here with us tonight spend a crazy amount of money. And we wanted to kind of give them a little more of a distinction, because without their support, we would really be not where we are today. Plus, and this goes back to like the CB Stud Club swag, is I really like making weird stuff, and the idea of making a monstrous medal for those Hall of Fame guys. I got to go through a mint in Wisconsin. It's the same mint that makes the presidential coins, and they cut this like monstrous, like 3/4 of a pound piece of bronze. So yeah, that was it. I just want to make something. I thought it'd be funny to make a medal.
We got more printed brick arms. Any more plans for printed brick arms?
We got some big brick arms related plans in the next for Virginia, I would say. I can't spoil it yet, but we are hard at work doing some collaborative stuff with brick arms. And I'm very excited about it. I started this after seeing brick arms stuff on the internet, and I said, well, I can't do what that guy does, but maybe I could print some stuff. But I think, we're all standing on Will Chapman's shoulders, so I'm very excited to do brick arms things in the near future.
Oh yeah, Brooklyn. That's right. Brooklyn Bricks discovered you when I did a couple giveaways on my show.
Hey, all right.
He ended up winning the Poultry Enthusiast.
Wait, say that again?
He ended up winning the Poultry Enthusiast.
I got that. Again, I only really know the geography, but somebody at Philly a couple years ago straight up gave me that idea. Like, you should do Colonel Sanders. And if that person is hearing the story and are outraged that I can't remember them, I certainly would recognize your face. But thanks to that dude for a good idea.
It's a face I don't forget.
I try to, if anybody gives me a really home run idea, I try to at least give them free stuff. I don't like not acknowledging people. I wish I could say it all came out of my brain. It does not.
Yeah, I did that giveaway, and I gave away the mayor of Flavortown, which I'm kind of mad I gave away both.
Yeah.
Oh, I got my Flavortown.
Yeah.
Any it's kind of something I was just thinking. Speaking of that, like, ever do like maybe like a Parks and Rec 3-pack or something?
Possibly. Yeah. Like it all kind of stems out of if it was something I was really super into, and that I only got into that show passively and kind of late. So in order to do it justice, I'd have to go back and binge all of it, So I would say not at the moment, but it's a cool idea.
What about like a South Park 4-pack?
See, if this is any kind of distinction, I don't know if it is, but if it's something else, I'm sensitive to people who've drawn stuff.
Okay.
Being a drawing guy myself, which is another thing I never do Marvel. It's because it's not as fun for me to take something that's already line work and just reproduce that line work. Like, there's nothing I can do to the X-Men's uniform except mess it up. You know what I mean? So all I could do to South Park is screw up what they drew so perfectly. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'd rather do real world people because at least I get to put my interpretation on it.
Are there any certain intellectual properties you stay away from for fear of lawyers getting involved?
Oh, God. Yeah, anything Disney related, which is Star Wars. That's everything now, right? Star Wars, Marvel.
Yeah.
Yep, they own everything.
Oddly enough, they're not a subscriber, but they are watching this.
I'm sure they are. I just
Right.
assume they are. I bugged my house.
Could there be a Top Gun pack coming out?
I don't know. I think Brickmania just did a pretty good version of that.
Did they? Okay.
Yeah, they got the plane and everything. Actually, they got the.
I would see if it was a Citizen Brick one. I'd do a volleyball set. That would be funny.
That'd be great.
That'd be perfect. That'd be perfect. Grease Monkey, and I'm just throwing this out there for you, man. Grease Monkey asked about a Holland and Ball and Crew special collectors 3-pack. I'm just, you probably would sell 3 of them. But,
we're in the category of the clowns.
You give me like 600 pre-orders that covers the cost, and you got to.
Yeah, there's a couple of clown heads laying around. Just throw them on some torso.
Right. We just need the hair pieces. That's it.
Yeah, I got tons of backwards hats here. I got
Bravo Bricks wanted to know, how did you get away with making the Amazon box?
Anybody who knows the Citizen Brick, follows the Citizen Brick history, knows that I'm kind of famously cautious about. I don't like step on people's toes. I don't like trademark infringement. So that, why would we actually call it an Amazon box? So when I was at BrickCon last year, I actually saw Jeff Bezos. I stood next to him in the men's room. I was like, "Oh crap, that's
wow!"
I'm standing next to the richest man on the planet, right?"
Dang.
So if the richest man on the planet has a problem with my $3 Lego toy, you just come at me, bro. Like, I'm issuing a challenge now. No, I'm just kidding. Please don't. Maybe it's just an homage to how much Amazon deliveries I get every day, which is dozens and dozens.
Again, one of our silver sponsors is Amazon. So
yeah. No, they do the Lord's work. That's for sure.
Yeah, that is crazy. Just chilling. You sure it was him? It wasn't like a double?
No, I think he was there with a kid, one of his kids, I think. It was
That's awesome.
When I was thinking in retrospect, I was like, how weird is it that the richest man on earth is just wandering around the Lego show? And I was like, probably every other guy around him was probably plainclothes, Secret Service, like probably Navy SEALs or something, mercenaries or something.
Just waiting for somebody to make a move,
Here you go.
Are there any more prints on balls planned, like the Wilson Beach ball?
I don't know. What do you want to see? That one was a no-brainer.
That's Fergus. Yeah, that was a Fergus question.
Maybe. I mean, they're tricky to print for sure. I think if our printer
make a Jeff Bezos fic.
Jimmy Paulus goes, "Did you look?"
Did I see his Amazon package? Is that what he's asking?
Yeah, I'm thinking that's where he's going with that question.
I try to be respectful of him, but.
How's the molding coming along? Can we expect a focus on custom molded parts being incorporated in future product releases?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I would say that we've been leaning in this direction for about 3 years, and only now just kind of got it to where we're kind of ready for prime time. It's Sunday. I went into the city today and started molding stuff today because it's super fun. So yeah, I would say we probably got 50 pieces in development right now, and we're just going to roll them out as soon as they're, one at a time when they're done. I like it. Like, it's got all the challenge that printing used to have. It doesn't anymore. I would say we're very good at printing now. So to keep from getting bored, we're like, oh, what else can we learn how to do that would be as frustrating and problem solving as printing was? Let's try and figure out how to draw and mold our own stuff.
Right,
so
Skeet's looking for a butchered cow. He's looking for a butcher cow. Skeet's looking for a butcher cow.
That is like in the big book of Citizen Brick, that is going to be the saddest chapter of all, is that butcher pig. Some of you guys have told this story in person. Like, I thought it was a dumb idea. I'll take the blame for this. I thought it was a dumb idea. And at the time on Bricklink, pigs were like $5 or $6 a piece. So it's like, how much am I going to really throw at this dumb idea? So we did 50. And being like a diehard printmaker, additions are additions. You can't make like addition of 50 and then turn around and make another addition of 50. So we said it was going to be 50, and I thought they would last forever because nobody would want them, and they sold in like 1 minute.
Yeah, they were quick. I was on there. I tried to grab one of those when you
Dude,
sold those.
for the record, I want to be on record saying that I hate the kind of artificial scarcity that a lot of toy makers have. Like, oh, we only made like 10 of these, everybody. I don't do that. I think if you want one and you want one and you want one, I want to be able to have one for everybody. I hate that kind of race to get it. So good, congratulations if you got one. I certainly didn't want to bum out. I made 50 people really happy, and I bummed out 500 other people. It didn't go well.
No, I was able to get a tattoo pig. I did get a tattoo pig.
Yeah. So to make up for it, I tried to make as many tattoo pigs as I could handle. Yeah.
Someone asked something earlier. I think I highlighted it. I forgot to ask it. What are your thoughts on? I think here's your thoughts on the mini bigs claiming this Donald Trump Citizen Brick fig, something like that.
All right. So Al from Mini Bigs is a buddy of mine, and he was with us the very earliest days of Citizen Brick, and he was one of the first guys who kind of contracted us to do stuff. So some of his early projects were crucial in keeping us afloat. Like he was paying me money to make him stuff when nobody else was. So I'm proud to say that he came to us with designs that we weren't daring enough to do.
Mm-hmm.
So he always moves to the front of the line for me as far as like, hey, we want to make something. And if he happens to advertise it as being like drawn by us or printed by us, then that's totally fine by me. Yeah, Al's a good dude.
All right, so it's like a mutual friendship.
Being a printer, I like this a lot. Some of the other guys who we have collaborations with, I like being the drawing guy sometimes. I mean, I always like being the drawing guy, but if it's like, I also just like being the service provider. If you come to me with a budget and an idea, I like letting somebody else do the driving. So Al came to me and said, I want to do this, and Al kind of said, change this, change that. So we facilitate it in that sense. We don't sell Trump ourselves.
Right.
I wouldn't want to be looking at that all day in the shop. But yeah, I don't know how he's advertising it, but yeah, we made it for him. I drew that one.
Yeah, I just found his Etsy. It just says Mini Bigs and Citizen Brick custom minifigure.
Yeah. No.
So cool. It's not like, yeah.
What's up, Our Toy World? How you doing?
Congratulations.
1,000 subscribers. That's awesome, Our Toy World. Appreciate that. That is good.
Will there, Dashrix wants to know, will there be a piggy bank pig like the torso you guys released on CB Day 6?
I don't know. We're not good enough at molding stuff to make that one. So I would say no.
Isn't there a ham fig on Bricklink?
Yeah, they're
Toy Story.
Last time I checked, it was pretty
pricey.
Yeah.
Richie, this is the Citizen Brick guy. Yes, this is the Citizen Brick guy. You're not dreaming. This is the Citizen Brick guy on our stream. Yes, right in the flesh here.
I got recognized in the supermarket for the first time ever.
Oh,
sounds like wearing my own merch is not cool, but it's literally all the clothes I got are clothes that I bought.
He says it as cheap.
Yeah.
I usually have one on too, so it's not.
So I have 3 of this shirt in particular. So I went to the supermarket, and the kid who was checking me out kind of looks over and goes, "Hey, you in Citizen Brick?" I was like, I kind of am Citizen Brick, and he was like, "Oh, dude." Yeah. He was very excited. I was like, "Yeah, man, I'm just like, buying some chips."
I'm a normal person.
The figs on you or anything like that? You got the misprints on
He
you?
was just a kid who was just like super into custom Lego, and he thought he found a weird adult who was also into it.
How do you feel about 3D printing being included with new products?
I haven't seen any 3D printing that has the fidelity that I like. I don't know. I haven't done it. I haven't thought about it. To me, and this isn't to talk trash about anybody else, I haven't seen any version of it that I really liked a lot.
Mhm.
For me, the punishment of having to melt down actual Lego bricks to mold something is the kind of price of admission for me. I want it to be as Lego-y as possible. And to me, that feels a little far out of bounds, but you know, everybody's got a different way to make it. We have been living and dying by this kind of strict code of doing it the way Lego does it. Pad printing is the hardest, clumsiest way, most analog way to make things, but it's the way Lego makes it. So to me, that's our kind of guiding principle. So injection molding and pad printing, I'm going to try and do it because that's how our Danish overlords make it, you know.
Brooklyn Bricks, the fellow, the young gentleman that's on his way to your house right now, asks,
On your doorstep.
will there be a CB Day 6.5?
Yeah, I'd say we're steering towards doing something in September. Yeah, I can't promise it's going to be big or small. I don't know yet. I mean, we usually this time of year are sitting on a pretty good hoard of stuff to sell. But because some of you guys have been coming by our shop and cleaning us out, we're kind of light on stuff now. We gotta make more. But yeah, I would say September for sure.
Stop cleaning them out, or there will be no CB days. That's what questions I had. So like CB Day. So what is that? Just basically a hoard of stuff that misprint, stuff.
Yeah, it's
things, or
it's grown like ridiculous. We got the idea to do it because April was the only month for a while that there was no Lego conventions. And it was just kind of a slow month for us business wise. So we decided to put on our own event, and we were selling these kind of non-production versions, kind of like off the menu versions of stuff. We call them misprints, but they're not really misprints. They're good prints, but in different colors. And over the years, it's just spiraled out of control. And every year we try to make it bigger and bigger, and more people show up to it. So I've heard everybody's sob story about how they, had something in their cart and it got taken away. And that keeps me up at night. I don't like it.
That was my next question. So on the flip side of this, it's CB Day is awesome. I've been involved in it, for the last couple of years or whatever. Been disappointed and as well as elated when I get stuff. But so how do you deal? Like, do you get that? I mean, you must have messages, and I mean,
it's gotten better. I found that it's been we try to like put out a best practices list. Like, hey, look, if you're going to do this,
I thought, that was awesome. I did see that.
Here's some pro tips. But then you hear back about people who are like, yeah, shut off all the Wi-Fi in my house, and I got 2 computers going, and I got my grandma on another computer. I don't know how to combat that, except to make more stuff. So the first time we did it, we had like 600 figures, and I think the last April we had like 4,500 figures, and it was still gone in like 15 minutes. So like, we keep trying to make it bigger, but then more people show up for it. So I don't know. I'm doing my best, everybody. I really am. I don't like anybody being disappointed.
All right, so let's see. Dash Bricks, he's got a second question. Is there a secret stash other than the stash boxes you bring to shows? It seems like old stuff that would be the first to be picked up at the shows always shows up in the bins.
There's become this and I don't want this to become a thing, but I think I referred to it as like Joe's desk sweepings, where it's like when I'm building little prototype stuff, sometimes I just put it on the side of my desk, and when it runs out of room, I just kind of sweep all that into a bucket. So some of you guys maybe got this kind of unfiltered, prototype junk, and that's just me not sorting it out properly enough, I would say. Now I bring everything I got and try and make it all good stuff.
It's all good stuff. It's all good stuff. Does the office really jump up in excitement when an order is placed?
I do. I have a super annoying little app on my phone that every time there's an order placed, it gives this old-timey cash register ding, which is pretty obnoxious. But I live for that noise. That noise means I get to, live another day. So
all right, I got to give Dreams this. This is a good question here. Wearing a CB shirt to the convention, fanboy trying too hard, or customer showing support? just trying to decide what to wear on Saturday.
Oh no! It's always cool. I think it ends up getting you a lot of free stuff. I think.
There you go. I figured that was going to be. I knew that was going to be your answer.
Yeah.
Let's see. What do we got here? No, I think we might be. Yeah, we might actually be caught up that's good. It took us 47 minutes to catch up on questions.
All right. My blood type is B positive. What else do I know?
Do you collect? You mentioned your collection. So do you collect any like actual Lego sets, or do you have like a specific theme that draws you to collecting it, or?
Yeah, I try. Let me see. When I was a kid, I was like a straight castle guy. I really liked castle stuff. And if there was one lament I have about custom Legos, I wish there was more appetite for castle stuff. I don't know. That's just old Joe talking here. I'd love to be doing more castle stuff. I don't think we can create that kind of interest, but I don't know. I try to buy. I don't know. What am I into? I have a really bad habit of when I buy stuff from Amazon and I just need a couple more dollars to round it up to get the free shipping, I end up buying knives. So I buy a lot of like brass knuckles and switchblades and real handcuffs. That's the new thing I bought. All the stuff I couldn't have when I was a kid.
It's all for the rowdy customers that come in for the tour.
Yeah. I have a very dangerous couple of desk drawers that have a bunch of nunchucks and stuff like that. So I collect stupid stuff that I wasn't allowed to have when I was a kid.
Skeet, I can probably answer that one for you. Skeet just asked, did you finish Apocalypseburg?
No, I haven't touched it yet. And they want me to in the shop because they want to use the Statue of Liberty for a Planet of the Apes thing, and I may have to buy another one.
Definitely.
So can you? That's a great question. So can you use a Lego set in your advertising?
I think so. I mean, I bought it. See, it's to me, and I don't want to get challenged on this by Lego's lawyers, but to me, it's kind of like if you buy a car from Chevy and then you go home and spray paint it, it's your car, So I bought all the stuff from Lego. It's kind of like pinstriping my own car, but every time I say that out loud, it sounds less and less plausible. So I don't know.
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen.
Lego gave us the language that we use on our packaging. Their lawyers said, "Here, put this disclaimer on it," and we always do. So that has kept them at bay. Try to be very respectful of them.
Molded heads in flesh. Any chance?
Yeah, I'm working on it now. So
there you go.
I was doing it today.
Will you be at Brick Fair, Alabama?
No, I'm not. I think that's the same weekend as Bricks LA, usually around about then, early January. Would you rather go to Alabama or Southern California for the dead of winter?
Yeah, Southern California. That would be for me. I know Cheap Ass got to have a question or two. What do you got?
I got questions, but we're rolling. So
we're going.
What do you got?
Worst. I don't know if anybody asked you a question. Worst figure you've ever created. Your most hated.
I try to block them out. Oh, I mean, the worst Citizen Brick idea I ever had that people were like, "Come on," I couldn't sell them.
That's a good one.
Yeah, the biggest flop.
Yeah, it's all relative. Like I think even our flops are pretty okay.
That's when you know you've made it.
Yeah, that's not a problem to have.
No, to me, the only kind of real suffering is when I go, "Hey, you mean you don't like this obscure movie from the early 1990s that I liked when I was in high school?" And I'm talking to some 15-year-old kid, and he's like, "I don't even know what you're talking about."
Who's Leon? What are you talking about?
Yeah. So that's and actually I kind of pre-qualify a lot of that stuff in the shop because everybody who works for me is like a decade younger than me. So when I like, "Hey, I think it'd be funny to do this," and I just get blank stares and people don't know what I'm talking about.
Marks above their heads. That's what you know.
So that usually keeps it from ever getting made. So I have a good little filter of that. But there was a figure that I did early on, probably the first one I did ever, which was the Leisure Enthusiast, which was just a guy with a hairy chest. and nipples because I thought it would be funny to print nipples on a Lego.
Of course, absolutely. Why would
I only made like 25 of them, and I think those 25 hung around unsold for like a year and a half. Like, it was just off-putting, and nobody wanted it. I don't know if everybody out there's got one, but that to me is like one of the where I had to like, all right, well, I have to kind of fine tune this idea because what I like straight up out of my brain is kind of creepy and nobody likes it. So
Gotcha. Have you ever reached out or gotten any contact from a celebrity on a figure that you made of them?
yeah, a couple times. When we did Lab Partners and the Super Lab playset, it all kind of happened very fast. Where in the same day we got contacted by Sony's lawyers and also got contacted by the creator of Breaking Bad and the stars of Breaking Bad. So everybody's assistant I said, oh my God, can we get one of these? And
oh, positive things.
Positive. Okay.
Well, the lawyers were positive. So I actually remember saying to Bryan Cranston, like, well, I can't sell you one, but I'll trade you one for some swag from the show. And Vince Gilligan from the show sent us a ton of. He gave me one of the actual hats from Breaking Bad.
Nice.
I guess awesome. Pretty crazy. And John Oliver from HBO sent us autographed picture. I asked for that. I said, I want an autograph.
Good stuff.
They were pretty cool. That
Dashbrick says Lego nipples are hilarious. Yes, they are. The Lego nipples are hilarious.
Sure.
We had 50 people watching at one point. That's
if anybody doesn't have that screen name yet, somebody should, right?
Lego nipples are hilarious.
No, just Lego nipples.
Just Lego nipples.
Lego nip 69 or something.
Oh, somebody's going to create that YouTube channel now. It's going Okay, what do we got here? Pepsi or Coke?
I've been drinking this stuff and to an alarming degree. Okay. Because it's got 0 calories. That's why. And
is that a Coke product? I guess, is that a Coke product?
Probably.
Yeah, I think
weirdest place an idea has ever stopped you in your tracks. And you're like, I got to write this down.
Oh, that happens a lot in the middle of the night, especially if I drink too much coffee before bedtime and I wake up in the middle of the night. I keep a little notepad by my bed, and I'll write down stupid stuff like ghost nipples. And then in the morning, I have to try to remember what that means. Ghost nipples. What? It's all in there somewhere. And sometimes it'll just like, oh, yeah, ghost nipples, of course.
Yeah, of course. Put it big. They're invisible nipples, but they're,
Yeah.
Hot Pants Zebra. That's going to be the next one. You're going to dream about that.
Yeah. One day I'll just publish all the stupid notes that I have.
Yeah.
Memoirs.
Memoirs.
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
These are good. These are hard-hitting questions.
Yeah. All right. Yes, Coke owns vitamin water. Okay, so Coke. Okay, so I was good there. That's good. Portillo's or Harold's Chicken? Come on, Skeet. That's a good one. I like that.
I got to go with Portillo's. Although I've had way more Harold's Chicken than is advisable by anybody's cardiologist.
And Skeet Brock just became Lego Nipples on Instagram and YouTube. So that is good.
Thanks.
Awesome. Who is on? Oh, there you go. That's a good question. Who's on the wall behind you in that photo back there?
That is a picture of Abe Lincoln, and I have one in my shop too. And for the life of me, I can't remember how I got them. I don't remember. Maybe it came with the frame. I think when you live in Illinois, they just issue you pictures of Abraham Lincoln.
That's great. Oh, that is great. All right, see you on this. Oh, there you go. Have any celebrities contacted you to make them as a fig? There we go. That's a different spin on that question.
Not directly. Like the A24 Films ones was the closest, where the movie company wanted them for Spring Breakers or Ex Machina or The Witch. Those were. I wish they wanted to do more of those things. I'd give anything to do another one of those guys. Those guys make the best movies, and then making Lego figures that are like sanctioned by them was the most fun project we ever had.
Brick Smith, did you grow up in Chicago?
I didn't. I grew up in New York. I was born in Long Island and then moved here in 1993, so high school. So all my education was here. But then I back and forth, and then we just decided we're going to stay here for good. So I'm an Illinois guy now.
All right, come on, cheap ass. What do you got? You got to have another question for him. You got anything?
I'm thinking. He's the man.
Open book.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you answering all of our questions and answering everybody in the chat's questions.
Yeah, it was super fun.
So now when you do, like, I noticed actually, and I just honestly, I think one of your more enthusiastic fans actually pointed this out to me. I just noticed on these two, my botany enthusiasts, the pipes on these, one is clear and the other one has some stuff in there.
Yeah.
Was that obviously on purpose, I'm assuming?
Yeah, we just decided to see what would happen if we could swirl stuff. And something about if you ever seen any like the swirly brick arm stuff, the injection molding stuff is, you can keep clear color in it, that's no problem. But it's super seductive to just be like, what happens if I drop one little pellet of white in there, one little pellet of green, and see it kind of swirl out? That's super unpredictable and fun. So that run of accessories was kind of all over the map. There were some blue ones, there were some sparkle ones. You kind of got what you got, which I thought was kind of fun.
Yeah, I just noticed that the other day, and somebody, like I said, one of your fans pointed it out to me, and I'm like, I looked at it, I'm like, oh yeah, they are different.
It's a feature, not a flaw.
There you go. Perfect. I like it. Better that way than anything. Will there be a Citizen Brick booth at Brick Universe St. Louis?
No. I didn't know there was one down St. Louis. I'd give anything to go down to Philly. I haven't been down there. I would go down there, but we haven't been approached about it. So.
Plans to sell bongs by themselves?
No. Probably never. It would make me a drug pusher. I don't want to.
That's right. Turning him to the dark side.
Have there been any injuries from molding or pad printing?
Oh God, yeah. We had one of those signs that said this many days without an injury. We had one of our intrepid pad press operators crush her thumb in there the other day. She was down for a week or so. Other than that, I sustain all of them. I try to do everything before anybody else does it, and I've been like crushed and burned, and I chopped half my fingernail off last month.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's just, if there's an injury, I have sustained all of it.
That's an extra piece, and if you buy the set, you find the fingernail, you win a special
genuine bone fragments.
That's right.
Yes, RKM. Yeah, you will be in Virginia, right? That is correct.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's his Super Bowl, pretty much. Brick Fair.
Yeah, we are setting up camp at Virginia. So anybody who's anywhere on that Eastern Hemisphere, Eastern time zone, come to Virginia. That's kind of our big day.
And Skeet has now officially changed his Instagram name. He says, "You're welcome, Joe." Awesome. That is great.
Now I've done my job for the day.
Do you think you'd ever do like multi-packs featured after like cities like Philadelphia? Do like Ben Franklin, the Philly Fanatic, or anything like that?
I would say I have a list of Chicago ones I'm trying to get through, because obviously I know that one the best. I went to high school outside of Philly, so it's kind of a second home for me. It's my spiritual home, I think. And it's got a lot of weirdness that I think Chicago also has. So I would only do it if I could do it justice. I don't want to come to a town near you and be like, here's all the weird stuff about Sacramento. You know, right. I don't know it. I don't know it.
Right, because you already did a Rocky pick, right?
Well, yeah, that's low hanging fruit. That's easy.
Right. Well, I know. I'm just
Maybe do like a Frank Rizzo one or something. You know, like something weirder.
Well, see, now could you do a Franklin fig though? Because Lego released that in the movie CMFs.
Yeah, let's see why not. I think he's kind of public domain as public domain can be.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. Depends if we do something cool with it, like I don't know, we do a zombie one or something. I don't know.
Zombie Franklin.
Welcome to the stream, Lego Nipples 69, and we expect a subscriber from that account as well. Thank you, and
That makes my day.
I was gonna ask, did you ever release like a President series?
One of the first ones we did. Oh man, if you could count like the original 8 Citizen Brick figures we ever did, like back in 2010, we did Action Abe Lincoln was an idea that we did, and he had like a big eagle chest tattoo and a crossbow. It's just a goofy idea. And we only made 33 of them because it was also the first fleshy one we ever did.
Mhm.
And I think, unless I'm proven wrong, it was the first Lego guy with any kind of tattoo on it.
Okay.
But we only did 33 of them, which at the time felt like a million. Like, I'm swinging for the fences. I'm going to make 33 of these things. And now that's the one that's like the most sought after one. You know, I wish I have one. So there's 32 of them out there. I think Parker's got one, I think, right? I don't know where the rest of them went, but
Yeah, he put Parker commented Action Ape Club 33. Yep. Yeah.
Did you ever think about making a mark on your figs, like a CB mark somewhere on the fig, like Lego does on like the torso?
I mean, I like to think that the drawing is that, you know what I mean? Like, I think we have a pretty recognizable style. It's funny when we get bootlegged in China a lot, so I'll see bootleg versions of Citizen Brick stuff, which is hilarious to me. So, like a bootleg version of a Breaking Bad thing that we drew, like, who am I going to sue? You know, like,
Well,
the irony's not lost on me that someone is copying my copy of something else. So.
Oh, that's interesting. I never thought about asking you about bootlegs. Have you ever been approached regarding bootlegs, or?
Well, we were early on when, the goofiest. I mean, those of you guys who were a little more Lego scholarly than me know there was a couple of those architecture sets that were incredibly scarce. I think there was like, it's not coming to mind right now, but there was one.
You had one. BR, didn't you have one? What's the one you
The Sun Games?
There was one. Somebody approached us asking us to make a little black 1x8 plate tile with the lettering on it, and they're like, "Yeah, can you make us like 5,000 of these?" I'm like, you know, or the best, the minifigure one. I guess one of the rarest minifigures is a Boston Red Sox one.
Oh, the Red Sox Day one, yeah.
Yeah, they gave away Fenway, and the guy asked if I could make him one, and like the going price for that on Bricklink was like $900 or something. So yeah, I'll do it for like $950. You know.
Market, man. Market prices.
Right.
Plus, I'm a Yankees fan, so there's going to be an extra tax on that. So
Absolutely. So you don't have to break your machine, you know?
Yeah. So yeah, people ask us to bootleg that kind of stuff, but they're not upfront about it. You know, they're just like trying to be sneaky. Like, yeah, I lost my 100 Red Sox figures.
Oh, you know what you should say? You should make like a Mr. Platinum instead of Mr. Gold or something.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Somebody would ask us to make some fake Mr. Golds too.
5,000 fake Mr. Gold, please.
Yeah.
I always feel like that's an FBI sting. I try to just say no to that. Yeah.
Counterfeit of some gold.
You put us some money, some U.S. currency, please. Nah, that's cool. That's cool. Do you have someone that researches that? Like, if someone comes to you with a plan or an idea, do you do your own research and say, has Lego ever done this? Or
usually it's pretty. If it sounds weird, it's usually weird. Like early on, there was a guy who wanted me to make him bootleg Joker figures. He wanted me to just duplicate the Lego one, and he was going to just sell them steady on eBay. And I was like, I don't need to make every dollar in the world, right? It just kind of
go get your own pad machine, dude.
Yeah, right. I'm the one that lost a finger trying to, learn how to do this. You do it.
Right. Okay. That's interesting. Yeah, I was gonna say because there's a lot of sketchy people out there that are looking to make a quick buck.
It's funny, man. Like Lego is, every time you hear stories like Lego is, worth more than gold pound for pound. Like, I get that. You know, I see why. It's totally untraceable. It's like this weird Wild West commodity. You know.
Yeah.
It doesn't surprise me. People try and, you know. I got into this because I thought it was funny to. I thought it'd be funny to try and throw some confusion into that. Like when I was, those of you guys who are my age, I'm in my 40s. The Lego from the 80s was so generic looking and less specialized.
Yep.
So a lot of the early Citizen Brick stuff was kind of modeled on that stuff, and I liked that. I liked that it always seemed to me to come from this weird European sensibility. Like we're in Denmark, and this is what we think American construction workers look like. You know? I like that. So those clumsy. When we started doing like the Leatherman, like I thought it'd be funny to make like a little more hard-edged version of that kind of stuff. So that's kind of the genesis of it. I just thought it was a funny art project, and I got my drop the mic moment happened a couple of years ago at a convention when it was one of the actual designers from Lego. I don't remember the dude's name, but he said like, yeah, we were in a meeting in headquarters in Denmark, and there was a bunch of stuff on the table, and we said like, what is this, like, when are we releasing this stuff? And the guy said, it's not ours, it's Citizen Brick stuff. And wow.
I bet you wanted to be a fly on the wall in that meeting.
I'm done. I fooled the Lego designers. I can quit now, you know?
Right.
That was a big moment for me.
Your stuff was on a table in Denmark. That's
yeah. I think they were just pounding the table, being like, "We have to stop Citizen Brick."
We wish we could make these awesome designs. Why would we make PG stuff?
I can't ask for better than that. It's like you fooled. It's like fooling the Department of Treasury with a fake $100 bill, right?
Yeah.
That's where Eric Burkhardt said, please consider making an enthusiast of Milton from Office Space with an injection molded red swing line stapler.
Ooh, that's an idea.
Stapler enthusiast.
That is a good. I would buy one of those. I
was going through some old drawings, and I have a lot of Office Space stuff. I drew the boss, and I'm sure I've drawn it.
Lumberg. You drew Lumberg.
I did. Yeah, I did. And sometimes it just never gets off the drawing board, you know. But
I mean, Michael Bolton thing. Come on, you gotta have a Michael Bolton thing.
Dude,
every watch the movie, you know.
No, you got to do a Kenny G Michael Bolton 2-pack.
The only qualifier really is just like, all right, this is going to cost me $5,000 to make. Am I going to make my money back on that? Like, that's the only.
Right.
As long as it's real Kenny G and Michael Bolton from Office Space.
All you gotta do is send them a letter and say we just need pieces of your hair to include in our packaging. The golden locks of Michael Bolton.
I would like, if anybody knows any like C or D list celebrities, maybe it's like your brother-in-law is the roadie for blah blah blah. If you can get like officially licensed, I'd make, I don't care who, as long as I can get their real face on the packaging. That would be funny.
That would be good. Actually, that would be good.
Any chance for a Jay and Silent Bob 2-pack?
Man, we get asked about that a lot. Yeah, I guess. I have no prohibition about it. I can't think of a reason why we wouldn't.
He's revamping Jay and Silent Bob
again.
Yeah, they're doing a movie for it. It's being filmed right now. So just an idea.
Okay, I'll keep it in mind.
Do
we got new stuff coming out. I think you guys are gonna dig. We have a couple more 3-packs that are just getting finished up now. So
awesome. New 3-packs?
Yeah, I got a couple of those. I got a 5-pack,
a
new 3-pack coming, and a couple of 2-packs. So I can't say any more than that because I don't want to promise they'll be out by September if they end up getting put out by Christmas. But they're in the works. I'll tell you that.
We'll say between now and Christmas. So
yeah.
To that. There we go.
Pencils down for everything on Black Friday.
There you go.
You can't make it by then. It's 2020 product.
There you go. Do you work in any other art mediums in your spare time?
I don't. It's funny because I'm left-handed, but I draw everything Citizen Brick with my right hand on the computer. So it feels like treachery to all my art training that I don't even use my dominant hand to draw this stuff. So I would say no. I only do Citizen Brick stuff now, which is cool. all I ever wanted in my life was to draw for a living, and now I do that every day. So I don't mind. My work and free time bleed together, and that's totally cool. I went on vacation last week, and I'm sitting at a cabin in the woods, and all I want to do to relax is draw Lego minifigures. So my work is my recreation.
Yeah, it's a rarity, but that's awesome that you can do that.
It's super great. It's gonna kill me. I'll be dead by 60, but I do enjoy it.
Oh, Hinkle. We got Hinkle in here now. He said, who let Joe in here? Yeah.
Hinkle. Oh, Hinkle.
Hinkle.
Hinkle always, he's usually here earlier, though. I don't know what he was doing, but he's usually here earlier. Probably planning his next meet and greet.
If Hinkle's here, I got to get going.
Oh.
But we could probably do this for another couple hours, but we will. We're gonna probably shut it down a little bit here. We'll give you another 3 minutes on the back end here, just to make it an even, 15 here. So we'll. If anybody's got
anytime you guys want me to, this is a blast. I can talk about this stuff all day long.
Well,
awesome.
There you have it, guys. The newest member of the Hall of Ball and
He's like, I rescind that offer.
Just so you know, you're going to get a bunch of requests from like probably all the other Lego shows now, and they're going all the circuit tour.
This is a goofy cliche, but I always think like if we're going to be like a band, we kind of got to go where the fans are, So I like going to shows. I know it's kind of a grind for some of my employees, but I love meeting people in person. I do. I really dig it. So all you guys who I've met who are all over the country, I hope I see you again the next time around because it's my favorite thing to do.
Well, this is it's been Jay Bricks says I almost messed it up. He told me that it's Jay Bricks 27. He said, "Can we expect to see you doing more interviews? This has been cool."
Whoever asks me, nobody ever asks me.
That's the thing.
Holland Bowen was the first. Look at this.
All my friends and family are tired of listening to me talk about Lego.
Mine too.
You guys have Lego sympathetic spouses?
I definitely do.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
I have Lego on top of her china cabinet to my left.
I don't. I mean, my wife is cool. She appreciates what I do for a living, but she's not like into Lego. I always wonder about that dynamic.
I asked her to build a 200-piece Lego set for my birthday, and she opened the first bag and lost a piece, and she's like, "I'm done." So that's as far as I've gotten for her to build a Lego set.
She might not love you. I don't know.
I hope she loves me. She's right here.
My wife. Her one and only build was the DeLorean, and she built it, and that was it. And closest thing to Lego in my bedroom is the buildable Grievous that was on my nightstand.
Oh, is it what? It give you nightmares?
It gave me nightmares. It freaked me out. The one morning I woke up and his face was stared at me, and I broke him apart. I had to take him apart. It was terrible. So now he's back in the box over here. He's hiding in the corner. It's like the Annabelle doll.
Annabelle. I do have to run. Joe, thank you for coming on. It's been a blast. And everybody go check out the CB website for the Grill Enthusiast. Check out their YouTube channel and check out their subreddit as well as their Instagram.
Thanks, guys.
Right.
So I'll catch you guys later.
All right, thanks, Pierre. I'm going to shut this down real quick, Joe, but I'm going to end it like we normally do. Quick shout out, the 72-hour stream will be starting next week. There's a schedule out. You guys check Instagram. 72 hours of constant streaming, Lego streaming, starting Friday night, or sometime Friday, and then going till I think it's Monday morning. Actually,
what are we doing? We're doing a 2-hour block.
2-hour block, 6 to 8 on this channel next week. So
we will have auctions and giveaways on that 2-hour show.
Yes, and we did kind of run low on time here, but I will do the Citizen Brick giveaway. I'm going to do that on our Holland and Ballin Instagram account. So just check that out. Holland and Ballin Instagram account for the CB giveaway. I'll run that immediately following this. Once I get off, I'll post a picture, and you guys can have a chance to win that. What do we got here? So where are we at? We had to have picked up some subscribers. I always got to do that and see where we're at because I know with this. Oh my goodness gracious, Joe, you're the man. So we're at 871 subscribers, guys. This was awesome tonight. We picked up almost 11 subscribers in the past couple of days, so that's great. Again, once we hit 900 subscribers, we'll give away 2 Lego items. Once we hit 1,000 subscribers, UCS Death Star.
And he will drop his.
Will be given away, and maybe I'll drop it. I don't know.
You will.
Beyond the Brick, you got to have 500,000 subscribers to get that bad boy up there. With us, you only hit 1,000, and we give away UCS Death Star. So that's awesome. H&B Auctions Instagram account for all things auctions, daily auctions, Haulin' and Ballin' on Instagram for everything Haulin' and Ballin', and I won't pimp Fick and Bricks because Fick and Bricks is just Fick and Bricks. So, but with that being said, where can you find Haulin' and Ballin'? Joe, this is the money shot of the whole show. This is where we make all our sponsorship money.
That's right. That's right.
Where can you find Haulin' and Ballin'? You can find Haulin' and Ballin' on Twitter. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube, Flickr, Tumblr, Tinder, Grindr, AOL.com, CompuServe.com, ChristianMingle.com, FarmersOnly.com, Match.com. Plentyoffish.com, guys. They sponsor us. Use H&B in the upper right-hand corner as the code. You'll get a free month of Plentyoffish.com. They also do have a very special section for Lego people trying to find other Lego people. For myself, Dr. Lucky from Fick and Bricks, Brick Revolution, our very special guest, Joe from Citizen Brick, Cheap Ass Bricks. Say your goodbyes.
Thanks, guys.
See you guys. Have a good week. Join us next week. 72-hour stream, 2 hours. Train giveaways and other stuff. But have a good week.
Keep Haulin' and Ballin', guys.